What is going on, everybody? My name is Corey, and welcome back to another, which we haven't done in a while, podcast episode. I'm joined with the boy Cody from Ballers on a Budget. If you enjoy sports content, make sure you're checking him out as well as watching me. Like I said, we haven't done a podcast episode in a what seems like forever. We've been mainly focusing on trying out our new show format, which is going pretty well, if I do say so myself. But um, we're just kind of chillaxing today. What I told Cody we were going to do, just kind of wing it. We are going to be ranking one and three, one and three teams, which will also consist of 1, 2, and 1 and 0 and 3 teams. And we are going to play a little bit of Would You Rather as well. So let's hop right in. We're going to start ranking these teams.
All right. I told you before, I honestly think the best 1 and 3 team or anything below 2 and 2. Well, anything 1 and 3 and below. And the tie. We count ties as a loss. I don't give a fuck what they count it as. You didn't win. Detroit's the best one. That's number one. I don't know if you want to start from bottom to top, top to bottom, whatever, but Detroit is the best. I think they still are the highest scoring offense in the league.
Their defense could use a little bit of work, but
yeah, they could have a little bit of defense for one. They literally have the most points per week, and they have the most points scored on them per week. A difference of 0.3.
That is impressive.
It's not. It's football.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at stats, fifth in passing, sixth in rushing, first in scoring, last in any sort of defense at all. So I'm good with that. I had very low expectations coming into the season for this team. So I'm shocked. Well, I'm not shocked that they're 1 and 3, but I'm shocked that they're doing as well as they are considering.
Yes. Standing wise, not shocked. They are where they should be. But as good as they are performing on the offensive side of the ball, that Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift, I know is it Jamal? It's Jamal Williams.
Mo Williams.
Yes. Yeah. Jamal Williams. Oh, let me before I forget at the very end. Jamal Williams, Jared Goff is actually slinging the ball. It's impressive to see. The offense is running really smooth. The defense wise, lets offenses run smooth. So it's not a good thing.
Yeah, I'm good with that. We'll put Lions at 1 because looking at the list, I would definitely agree. And you'll figure out our list here shortly. So number 2, who we have left are the Steelers, Raiders, Commanders, not Lions, Patriots, Panthers, Saints, Colts, and Texans. So at number two, and this is a collective list. We're building this list together. We don't have our own separate list. We're pretty much going to talk each other into who goes into what spot.
You're going to like what I have to say, but I don't know you're on the same page.
If I like it, I don't know.
Well, I think the Steelers belong here. They got Mike Tomlin, who's never led a losing season in his career. I think I forget what, it was like a 1% that he was going to finish.
What, with a losing 50% season?
50% or better, sorry. Which you can't do that this year. That's why it tripped my brain. You can't go 50. But Mike Tomlin, the defense is still really good. They kind of fall apart late in the games, it seems like. But injuries are always a thing with Steelers. They're banged up. Going into last game, they looked great until the fourth. They started getting banged up, and that's where the train went off the rails for them. So I'm putting Pittsburgh here. Kenny Pickett just came in, exploded the offense energy wise. Pickens looks like a sure number one. Like, I can't believe I have this much good things to say about this team, and this is the worst year I'm seeing them.
Probably the only team that I would fight for is maybe New England. And again, it's injuries with them. Mac Jones is out. Uh, who was their backup? Brian Hoyer ended up leaving the game with a head injury. They were down to their third string. Oh, that'd be third string rookie quarterback in Zappy, who I thought did pretty well, especially against the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, it's still a Bill-led offense. They're going to work in some very quick throws and everything to scheme people open, make sure you don't hold on to the ball longer than you should.
Yeah, but
Uh,
overall,
I'd still fight for Steelers more.
yeah, I think I would agree with you only because when healthy, that defense is phenomenal, and TJ Watt's a scary person.
Yes, scary.
So we're putting Steelers at number 2. Now, having said all those good things, being put at number 2, fighting for number 2, I'm going to say Patriots need to go here.
See, and I don't even know if I agree with you here.
Okay, well, look at the other teams. We have the Raiders, new team. They're doing okay. Josh Jacobs finally had a good game in the last 2 years. Um, there's just no consistency there aside from Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'll let you put Patriots here if I can put Houston next. I know they're 0-3-1, but I think they found their number one in Pierce. Mills can lead a drive as long as throwing deep is not the focal point. I mean, and just like the rest of them, you don't have anything good to say about their defenses. So, I mean,
You want to put Houston Texans, who have not won a game.
look at the games they've put up, though.
They tied the Colts 20-20, lost against Denver, who honestly does not look like a great team at all this year.
Yeah, that was just a bad game in general. I
Only
mean, we're talking about bad teams. They're gonna have bad games,
only
okay?
putting up 9 points. The
First
Bears,
off,
they did put
go
up
ahead.
points. Chargers, which is actually shocking, put up
That's what I mean.
points.
Against a good Chargers team, this is where they found their running back, Pierce, right here, the Chargers team. We're talking about right now, not what they've done through the season. Bears, it was a good game. Bears had to win in a not final second field goal, but a field goal to put them up, and then they couldn't do shit with it. So, I mean, they're not a clutch team by any means. Broncos aren't what they seem. Bad game, chalk that up. Colts are another bad team, and it just proven that Colts and them are probably just as bad. I mean, the best thing I can say is the outlook right now. They faced the Chargers, put up some points against a great defense. They look like they found their number one running back.
Who I picked up in fantasy.
If they stick with it, you got him?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I got denied for that transaction. I was wondering who snagged him instead.
Yeah, I put in 3 and got all 3.
God damn.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of Tua, concussion boy over here, going to be out 8 weeks, and you're snagging all 3 people you want.
Okay. This is honestly shocking. I did not think Texans would be this high this high on the bad list.
I look at the other teams and I don't see them doing any better.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing.
Kamara's injured right now. Winston, Squinston is always injured with his back. In Washington, you got Wentz, and when you got Wentz, nobody knows what you got when you got Wentz.
Yeah.
Wentz don't even know what he's got. So Panthers, led by Baker Mayfield, worst QB rating in the league. Colts, they've got Matt Ryan. I told you they've got their one win where Matt Ryan led a fourth quarter comeback on game-winning drive to add to his legendary stat already. That's the one he's going to have all year, and that's it.
And then
You already said Patriots. If we agree on this, Patriots go before them anyways. Raiders defense is just so bad. I mean, I could go Raiders then Houston,
nah,
but
now thinking about it, I do kind of like the Texans above the Raiders. Only because I say it all the time, new people, it's going to take a while for them to gel together. Josh Jacobs is super inconsistent in whether he explodes or doesn't. And the same thing with Devontae Adams. Like, obviously the best receiver in the league, but he's in a whole new system. I'll go with you on that one. We're saying Texans at number 4.
so Patriots, Texans,
Lions, Steelers, Patriots, Texans.
and
Yes.
then I would say Raiders. I mean, Raiders have had a decently hard schedule defensive wise, if you look at it, until you get the Broncos. And then they finally get their first win last week. So, I mean, out of who's left, Raiders. Like I said, I would have
They
pulled
are
Raiders over
definitely,
Houston.
yeah, they are definitely the best of what's left. So yeah, Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, all tough games, which they lost, like you said, and then they get the Broncos. Let me look at the rest of their season. They their schedule actually isn't that bad.
Jags. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad. Huh.
They go
They
Chiefs.
got Chiefs, which is a loss for them. Texans. That'll be the thing. That'll be the game right there.
That'll be the Texans' second tie.
Saints, Jags, Colts, Broncos, Seahawks. Then you got a loss at Chargers, loss at Rams.
They'll probably lose against Seattle too. Geno Smith is tearing it up.
I know. I hate to say it every fucking week, but yeah, he is.
It's crazy.
Patriots, Steelers, 49ers, Chiefs. So I mean, like you still got 5 or 6 more losses in there, but I think the outcome is pretty decent. Where let me look at the Texans. Texans got Eagles, New York, Titans, Raiders themselves, Dolphins, Commanders, Browns, Cowboys, Chiefs, Titans. I would honestly go reverse and go Raiders and then Houston. Like I said, their offense is good with Devontae Adams. Their biggest flaw is their defense. It's like, and when the fourth quarter hits or the second half, this Raiders defense will give up anything to anybody. No consent form needed. Like,
Which is kind of shocking, especially coming off of last year.
exactly. Last year they looked like they had some promise.
So
Now it's like woof.
so you want to bump the
Glaring.
Texans down to 5 and put Raiders in there
Yes, I
at
would.
4.
I would do that.
So I let you
We
talk.
never said final answer, so I mean it doesn't count.
Cross off Raiders. So who do we have left? Commanders,
Um,
Panthers,
yeah.
Saints, and Colts.
Oh, see, this is where it starts getting too muddy to even want to look at.
Yeah, they're all just
Four
the
teams, correct?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4
Okay,
teams
okay.
left.
Oh, I mean, Saints, they have a good offense, but I already mentioned their injury woes at the moment. You'd have to do some big digger. You'd have to do some digger deeping on the injury research to really figure out how screwed they can be.
Yeah, but look at the Saints' schedule. Look at who they've played. They did lose to the Panthers, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did. I forgot about that one.
the Vikings was close. Lutz just missed the tying field goal. But I mean, they
And you played the
like I
Bucks
said
with a good defense.
again, the defense is the glaring part on this. If they're not horrible,
So
probably Saints right here.
I was thinking the same thing too, because I don't know if I can full commit on the Colts yet. They they're just not producing like I thought they would.
And Jonathan Taylor is out for Denver. How big is that injury? He's out for Denver. Like I said, I don't know how big the injury is.
He's out for who? What? Oh,
He's
I'm
out
looking
for
at
he's
Panthers.
out for next week.
I was looking at the wrong schedule. That's why. That makes
Whoa, a badly twisted ankle. I don't know what that means for some people, NBA players, that could be a couple weeks. But for Jonathan Taylor, I think it's just 1 week.
but he's not even having the same year he had last year. Like
No, not at
they're
all.
27th in rushing. He has 328 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing with you, bud. Like, damn.
So that's what. What week is it? 4?
I'd
Less
go.
than 100 yards per game.
Oh God, go Saints.
I would go Saints for
Yeah,
sure over everybody else right now. I'd probably go Saints Panthers.
I was thinking the same because Panthers defense can be scary, and I don't think Baker stays this bad. Like Baker's bad. Don't get me wrong. I've watched him play every damn game for the last 4 years, but he's not this worst QBR in the league bad. He's not this bad. It's just a team playing with, the offensive line he's behind on a new team. He's got no commercials, so what the fuck's he doing all day?
What else you got to do but practice?
Jeez. So yeah, I'd go Saints, then Panthers as well. They still got Christian McCaffrey, so
That's what I was just thinking. The fact that he's healthy is definitely a plus.
he's got 270 rush yards right now. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not the best. So what? That's 4 games. Ooh, that's a pretty bad average.
Well, yeah, that was worse than the last one we just talked about.
Woo. Studs not doing studly things.
Yeah, but you kind of expected this.
You got to see his receiving as well to get the full.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's got 138 receiving, so that's 400. He's got 100 multi-purpose yards a game. So I mean, that's still doing CMC things, but it's not equaling in wins. But I still put them here because then it's up next to Commanders and Colts.
Commanders and Colts.
And this one's hard too because Commanders, once they get Chase Young back, I think this rush defense steps up a little bit. And they're needing it because their defense is looking bad right now. Wentz, Wentz will give you the best drive you've ever seen. That's his MVP form, like going crazy. And then the next one, he'll be Mark Sanchez butt fumble level. Like it's ridiculous the highs and lows this guy has. The roller coaster he's on every single time he steps onto the field is impressive. I thought my girlfriends were bipolar. Ex-girlfriends. Jeez.
He has 8 touchdowns though. I'm honestly shocked to see that number.
Exactly, 8 touchdowns and 2-2. What's his turnover ratio? Huh?
I don't know. I haven't looked that far.
And because fumbles would be a big thing. He's 8-5. He has
He has 5
5 interceptions.
interceptions. Yeah, he's just not.
No
Everybody
fumbles.
knows
I'm
it. He
surprised.
just doesn't know what to do with that fucking football when it's in his hand.
Sacked 17 times. So not the worst. Still, I think Commanders over Colts. I mean,
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
I'm done going over these bad stats.
Yeah.
Every time I look, I'm just like, woof, that's bad. Woof. What's that on average? Oof. Like
So the Colts are 10th in passing, where they kind of put all their eggs in that basket. 27th in rushing, which is crazy from last year where they came.
I thought would be flip-flopped.
Yeah, those numbers exactly. Last in scoring, and their defense is mid tier. So let me go. Let me go back and look at why am I on Carson Wentz? These numbers here. Washington worse in passing, better in rushing, better in scoring. What was their defense again? I don't know if I told you number 19th. Worst defense. So I mean, literally, these teams just kind of even out.
Like I said, and Washington doesn't have Chase Young yet. It's a scary aspect. Rush defense can change up a whole game. Has to speed up the offense. The defense has to be aware quicker. Like,
All right, yeah, there's really no point in dwelling on these bottom
no,
feeders.
I'm done.
Let's
About to
just
fall asleep.
set it in stone, set it and forget it. So here's our list right now. At number 9, we have the Colts. 8, and this is from the bottom. 8, we have the Commanders. 7, Panthers. 6, Saints. 5, Texans, which was shocking for me. 4, Raiders. 3, Patriots. 2, Steelers. And at 1, the Detroit Lions. The Lions are the best of the worst.
Woo!
Let me tell you,
Wholeheartedly
that
believe
list
that.
was a little different in my mind coming into this. But it is what it is. So that's our list. I'm going to toss this out because we are never going to look at that again.
Oh, no. I mean, actually, take a picture of that and send it to me because when I do my power ranking and do my reshuffling, I want to see how many teams I have rated, how many teams that have a more winning record that I have rated worse, if that makes any sense.
All right. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Do you want to do Would You Rathers or do you want to talk a little bit of fantasy?
Let's get into a little bit of fantasy.
Excuse me. Beautiful. So I didn't look at anybody's stuff except mine last week. So I don't know who won, who lost. I do know Brian is 4-0 and in ahead of me. He's got me by 1 game and by like 20 points.
Yes, Brian's first, you're second. I am fourth. So I got one bitch between us, and I'm facing her this week.
Is that the auto draft team?
Yes, that's Jen's auto draft team.
That
So
made me so mad.
yeah, it's literally Brian, Corey, auto draft me. Like, oh, I'm insulted.
So I'll tell you why I lost. Lamar Jackson played Buffalo. only ended up getting 15 points, which I kind of expected. I only had him in because I didn't end up getting the quarterback that I wanted last week. And then I forgot. Stephon Diggs had 10 points against Baltimore's defense, which was kind of shocking for me, especially after. I guess it's not as shocking as I thought. But week 2 he had 44. Week 4 he had 14s. That's the thing with Diggs though. Jalen Waddle, obviously Tua got hurt again. He ended up with 6 freaking points.
Wait, so you got Jalen Waddle?
Yeah, he ended up with
Okay.
6 points.
I got
Fine,
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill did decent that game, so
finally Austin Eckler going out, 34 points. Fine,
yeah. Came into this game having 0 touchdowns, then had what, 3 at the end of the day?
ended up having
Yeah.
finally. And that's
It was
why you draft the guy though.
That's what he did last year.
But the kicker, it just kicked me right in the nuts while I was down. I'm a toddler crying like, and I always want to call him Jamal. Javante Williams, torn ACL, out for the season for
Mm-hmm.
the Denver Broncos. Rookie. Dude was having a great start to his season too. Now you got Butterfinger freaking Melvin Gordon back there. Even looks at the ball and it fumbles.
I was just about to ask you, did you pick up Melvin Gordon? But I seen you
No,
getting.
he's going to have more fumbles than he does touches.
But he's gonna be the only one. If he out touches his fumbles, he's gonna be good.
So yeah, I ended up losing. Let me tell you what the final score was. So just, and I'm going to go on that too because I was having a good season.
Yeah, you were
Like
at top of the score every week. Like,
week 3, I had 134. Week 2, I had over 200 fantasy points. Week 4, yeah, week 4, I had 113 points.
yeah, wah, wah, wah.
What a kick to the dick.
To 139.
Yeah, yeah. Against the auto draft team, and that makes me so mad.
Oh God, that's scary.
So go ahead, tell us about your week because I don't know if you won, lost, who you played. Like I just didn't pay attention that much.
I was keeping up with them during the games, but then after, I was just keeping up with mine. When the games start fizzing down, I just keep up with mine. Where am I? I did get a win, so I am back 2-2. Let's go, baby. I beat Joe's flea market team. So get that smelly shit out of here. Justin Herbert had a nice day. He's looking like he's healthy. 100, I don't know about 100%, but he's looking that way on video. So
Good enough to have a good day.
he didn't really get hit too hard last game, so we didn't really get to test it to see if he stayed down long or anything.
Who did
But
they play?
Houston,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Jamar Chase, quiet day, but still put up 12. Nick Chubb, beast as always, got me 20. Cordell Patterson kind of screwed me
Oh,
because
yeah.
they were going against the Browns, so I was watching that game religiously. And it's like if I'm gonna get beat by the Falcons, I would at least like for my fantasy player to go off. At least. But no, he was sidelined for the second and third quarter. And then he pops back in because the other running backs are tearing us up. And he was like, oh, I want a piece of this too. So he came in and got 10 yards and stepped back out.
So he's out for the season, isn't he?
Injury reserve, I think they said he's good to come back week 9. I think it's a injury reserve is like a 7,
Oh,
6.
oh,
I don't know exactly, but yeah,
yeah.
injury reserve. Gerald Everett, I still harp back on this to Brian. If I would have just picked up Gerald Everett week 2 like I wanted to, instead of picking up Taysom Hill against Brian, thinking he was going to be that fucking Swiss Army knife. I would have won Brian's week, and then he's lightweight been going off for me, not compared to Kelsey or, uh, yeah, just it. Kelsey's going off every damn week. So, but I like Everett. Amari Cooper shit the bed for me. He got locked up by AJ Terrell. So, I mean, it was a good matchup, but not on his side. Justin Tucker got me 11, the leg himself. Dallas defense, I was watching that game and I was just hoping for chaos the whole time because it seemed like the more Carson Wentz got that ball back, the more the defensive points from Dallas was going up. Like at one point, I was scared because I was like, oh, fuck, he can score and break that threshold and make me go down a chunk of points. But then Carson Wentz would come down and throw an interception or somebody would fumble. And I'm like, oh, give it back to him. Give it back to him. Let's go, Cowboys. Like, he's ruined for straight chaos the whole time.
Yeah.
So I did get the win by 8 points, so I'm happy. Scored 133. Next week, that's my real question is who the hell am I starting in place of Cordell Patterson at running back? I'm thinking Miles Sanders. He scored almost 30 last week. 2 touchdowns. And then in place of Amari Cooper is my flex position, so I can start anybody I want there. Debo. I got Debo Samuel. I'm thinking of putting him here.
Yeah, why ain't you playing him? Yeah.
And then defense-wise, I picked up Minnesota because I'm just playing week by week, dropping defenses and picking up a defense that's going against the worst / most turnover-prone team. It's been working out for me so far. I've never had a dud of a week.
Yeah, I haven't. I've stuck with the Rams defense, so I've been okay.
Oh, I'm doing this because I didn't get a top tier defense in the draft. So I'm just okay. I can't stick with Dallas all damn year. Like,
But who did you say you had next week? Who's your next matchup?
Minnesota going
Oh,
against Chicago. Hence why I drafted them.
yeah.
It should be a low scoring game on Chicago's side. That's all I care about. And then I'm good for 2-3 turnovers. Hopefully one gets ran back.
Who's your fantasy matchup? Who are you playing? I forget who you said.
Oh, the Autobot.
Oh,
Jen's Autobot team.
the auto.
Autobot. Auto draft team. Let's roll out. Let's roll out and let this computer draft itself.
Did you?
That's exactly what she did.
Yeah, no kidding. Did you see who I'm playing though?
No.
I'm playing Brian.
Oh, whoop his ass for me. Whoop his ass,
I
dude. He's
need
undefeated. We got to get him.
to.
Your blood, dude. I'm out for blood.
So we got a little bit of time left here. I do want to get one, maybe two of these would you rather's in real quick.
Oh, hit me, mama.
Just that was weird.
Like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Oh.
So here we go. Would you rather own the record for most points scored or most championships?
Oh, championships.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because in the end, that's all that anybody ever really thinks about when they try to make some argument. Like, think about the LeBron Jordan. What does everybody say? Oh, LeBron's got more, or Jordan's got more
But then it's
rings.
also
I,
skewed
I
because
understand. We
Russell.
don't need to talk
Yeah,
about this.
I know, I
I
know.
understand, but
It's
that's
all
usually
skewed, but that's the end goal. The end goal, the most you can do in one season. I mean, you can score the most points and win a championship. Yeah. But what's it to say, like, oh, yeah, I scored the most points. Oh, yeah, I was on the worst team. Who cares? So we lost all year.
Yeah,
They
didn't
let me
win a
go
single
off.
game.
Right, they let me go off. That's all that matters. Like,
But what I took this as is like your career. Do you want to be first on the most points scored on the scoring list, or do you want to be most
Still
championships.
stipulation based because am I a bench rider for championship teams? Then no. But if I'm a decent contributor for championship teams, but not the number one scorer in the league and on the championship team, I'd be okay with that.
In my current physical form and my financial statement, I will gladly be a bench rider for a championship team.
Oh, well, yeah.
But
But you would make more money being the highest scoring player on a losing team still. You would still make more money.
no,
Especially
I understand.
in today's NBA or any fucking sport for that matter. Well, not really, because if you're the highest scorer in tennis, you're probably the best tennis player.
Okay, here's another one real quick. We got a couple minutes left. Um, would you rather stay on a below average team or join your rival and win a title?
Ooh, that's rough, dude. That'd be a rough. I mean, I'm just thinking about the transition life over onto being with the rivals. You're away from your family, friends, your real fans. You're drinking every day, going into dark places, hating all your teammates and stuff, secretly wanting them to lose, but you keep winning. Boom, you're going to big places. But you now have an addiction. So I mean, took a wild ride, but if you
So
go play for a rival, there ain't no way you have an addiction. You don't come out of there with an addiction.
think I don't like this rival thing because when you're at a professional level, it's more about performing.
The rivals are more for the fans anyway. You
Exactly.
try to beat everyone that's in front of you equally.
Exactly.
Probably not equally, but I'm sure you can like be more rough to. Okay, fuck these guys. Like
Yeah, I mean, end of the day,
when Vontaze perfect.
a win's a win. You got there however you got there. I don't think it's going to matter to that person if the end goal is to continue playing football or playing basketball. You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I got one for you real fast.
Well, we only have a minute left, so
I know, real quick. That's why
you
you
better hurry up.
don't elaborate too much. Would you rather have your balls slowly dipped into boiling water, even just at the brink of boiling, or would you rather have your nuts super glued to wood and have to get them off with no magic solution that does it painlessly?
Super glued to wood like that dog and Joe Dirt. That is it for the messing around
You dirty
episode.
dog.
Yeah. That's it for the messing around episode, podcast episode. I forgot what I was going to say. I looked at the time and I just blanked. That was weird.
Oh,
But
he's hysterical. I'm getting the clippers for his nuts.
joined by your boy Cody from Ballers on a Budget. Make sure you go check him out, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for watching Sports Beast on Facebook and YouTube also. We'll see you on the next one.